Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated (AMD) is an American multinational fabless semiconductor company headquartered in Santa Clara, California, with major operations in Austin, Texas. They design and develop central processing units (CPUs), graphics processing units (GPUs), field programmable gate arrays (FPGAs), system-on-chip (SoC) products, and high-performance computing solutions. Fabless model: AMD relies on foundries like TSMC for manufacturing, focusing its capital on R&D and chip design. Leadership: under CEO Dr. Lisa Su, AMD has transformed from near bankruptcy in 2014 to a top 6 semiconductor titan by market cap, behind NVIDIA, Intel, Samsung, TSMC, and SK Hynix. Think of AMD as a master architect who drafts the blueprints for skyscrapers, chips, but outsources the construction, manufacturing, to the world's best builders, foundries. Data center domination. In the cutthroat arena of data centers, where hyperscalers, AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, demand relentless performance and efficiency, AMD has become a favorite challenger to Intel's long-standing dominance. EPYC processors: AMD's 3rd and 4th generation EPYC CPUs boast up to 96 cores per socket, delivering industry-leading throughput per dollar, and watt. Market share gains: from under 5% share in 2017, AMD grabbed approximately 28% of x86 server CPU shipments by Q1 2025, driving noticeable revenue growth in its data center segment. Favorable track record: consistent performance per watt leadership has led to cloud contracts, HPC wins, and an expanding ecosystem of software optimizations. If Intel is the seasoned heavyweight champ, AMD is the scrappy contender who's landed so many body blows that the champ's corner is finally eyeing the underdog. Gaming and client consumer electronics momentum. Beyond data centers, AMD flexes its Radeon GPUs and Ryzen CPUs in gaming rigs, desktops, and laptops. Ryzen Revolution. Since launching Ryzen in 2017, AMD has clawed CPU market share from 10% to over 25% in desktops and laptops by 2024, thanks to multi-core performance that gamers and content creators crave. Radeon resurgence. While NVIDIA still leads discrete GPUs, AMD's Radeon lineup, aided by console wins with Sony's PlayStation 5 and Microsoft's Xbox Series X, S, saw over $7 billion in graphics revenue in FY 2024. Buy ratings: many analysts rate AMD a buy because it combines diverse end markets, data center plus gaming plus PCs, with attractive valuations relative to its growth prospects. Imagine your gaming PC powered by a Ryzen CPU churning out video frames like a barista pulling espresso shots, fast, smooth, and never missing a beat. The global semiconductor market: $681 billion, $2,062 billion. AMD plays in a massive playground. As of 2024, the global semiconductor market was valued at $681.05 billion, projected to $2,062.59 billion by 2032, reflecting a 15.4% CAGR from 2025 to 2032. Drivers: AI acceleration, 5G build-out, electric vehicles, IoT proliferation, and next-gen consumer electronics. Regional dynamics: Asia-Pacific led with 50.9% share in 2024, but US and Europe ramp up capacity under CHIPS Act incentives. CAGR context: a 15.4% CAGR means the market roughly triples in 8 years. Perfect tailwinds for AMD's growth. Picture the semiconductor market as a multi-lane superhighway. AMD's in the fast lane, and the on-ramp just got turbocharged by AI and electrification. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Court blocks Trump's Liberation Day tariffs. In May 2025, a U.S. Court of International Trade ruled that former President Trump overstepped authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, blocking his Liberation Day tariffs on importers with trade surpluses. Widespread duties halted, across-the-board tariffs aimed at balancing trade deficits were enjoined as unconstitutional. Legal aftermath, appeals expected, but immediate relief for chipmakers and global supply chains. It was as if a surprise referee whistle stopped an economic blitzkrieg. Importers and chip buyers everywhere exhaled, at least for now. Market dip and dollar rally. Initial reaction: U.S. stock futures soared, S&P 500 E-mini plus 1.5%, NASDAQ plus 2.0%, as investors shed trade war fear. Yet paradoxically, some broader indices saw a brief pullback as macro uncertainties morphed into profit-taking. Dollar strength: the U.S. dollar surged against safe havens, yen, franc, as end-of-tariff overhang diminished risk premia on the currency. Semiconductor impact: a stronger dollar makes imported fab equipment cheaper for U.S. foundries, potentially benefiting AMD's manufacturing partners and the broader chip ecosystem. Think of the market as a trampoline. Tariff fears jumped valuation down, the court relief popped it right back up, and then some traders hopped off to lock in gains. AMD's 1,000 times moonshot potential. Okay, let's get wildly hypothetical. 1,000 times breakdown, data center plus AI explosion. If AMD captures 50% of the global AI inference market by 2040, data center revenues could be $100 billion annually. Next-gen nodes and 3D stacking, breakthroughs at sub-1 nm processes could cement AMD as the technology leader. M&A and ecosystem build-out, strategic buys, like Xilinx, Bensundo, plus partnerships, e.g., with top AI startups, could multiply revenue streams. New verticals, automotive, autonomous vehicles, edge computing, and even consumer robotics might adopt AMD chips as their brains. Assume AMD's free cash flow escalates to $200 billion per year by 2045, and the market rewards it with a 25 times FCF multiple. You're looking at $5 trillion market cap. It's like planting an acorn today, Ryzen plus EPYC successes, and watching an ancient oak tower overhead by mid-century, with branches spanning data farms, gaming dens, and robo-revolutions. Risks and realities. Before you mortgage your house, competition, Intel's comeback campaigns, NVIDIA's AI GPU dominance, and emerging ARM-based servers. Execution risk. Next-gen process node delays could blunt performance leadership. Valuation heat. At 30-40 times forward P, AMD isn't dirt cheap. Growth must justify the multiple. Geopolitics. Export controls, IP disputes, and supply chain security under CHIPS Act and foreign policy shifts. Technical and valuation considerations. Chart watchers note, support levels, $140 has been a magnet since late 2024. Resistance zones, $180, 200 sees profit-taking. Moving averages. The 50-day crossing above the 200-day could trigger algos to pile in. On valuation, analyst consensus is a moderate buy with a 12-month target around $180, 200. Upside catalysts, beat and raise earnings, new product unveilings, could fast-track that. What if? Scenarios. Bull case. AMD's MI500 AI accelerator steals 30% of the GPU inference market by 2026. Shares rally 50%. Base case. Steady EPYC growth, Ryzen refresh, and solid console wins keep AMD grinding toward $200 by year-end. Bear case. Node setbacks and macro slowdown drag revenues. Shares slump to $100. AMD's path is like a multi-stage rocket. Early stages, Ryzen EPYC, have fired flawlessly. But to reach orbit, $200+, the upper stages, AI, new nodes, M&A, must ignite just right. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.